Well, to start with, my name is Georgeline, known as Georgie, and my story begins with the tragic loss of our son. His name was Kevin, and he died in a motor vehicle accident in 2019 on Mother's Day, May 12th. And of course, we had to find a venue to celebrate his wonderful 27 years. Our funeral director suggested Crossroads. So a meeting was set up, and we had to even Google the address. We met with Pastor Dan, and Wilma was in attendance. Pastor Dan was filled with compassion for us, and he also prayed for us. And then we had a tour of where the celebration would be held. And when the doors to the chapel were opened, there in the sanctuary was this big wooden cross. And it just struck me. It's as if Jesus was there talking to me, to say, I am here for you. So I felt if a church displays a cross so boldly, that surely its foundation has to be of Jesus Christ. So I strongly felt that this was the place to have our son's life celebration. Our funeral director did call to say that Crossroads is not available for quite a while. And so I felt so let down. In the interim, we also had the opportunity to attend Sunday worship at Crossroads. And it was just wonderful. I felt so relieved just to be lost in this large group of people, grab a coffee, find a seat, listen to music before the worship began, being able to see this big wooden cross, but this time it was illuminated in colors. And it was like a homecoming to me, but not just for me, but also my son. I knew he was with Jesus. He was home. And I was so impressed by Pastor Dan and Wilma that they took the time to come and say hello to us, to greet us. So we waited until there was an available date at Crossroads, and we are so thankful for that. What's interesting is that our connection to Crossroads continues. Wilma contacted us to say that we had a beautiful big bouquet arrangement that had been delivered to Crossroads, and we said, yes, we'll go pick it up, but a knock at the door, she delivered the bouquet to us. As time goes on, Wilma sends me emails, and she would like to meet with my husband and I tried to find excuses so that this wouldn't happen. But Wilma made it happen, and she followed through, and we met for coffee and with our husbands. She had brought an Immerse Bible with her, and she asked if we would be interested in doing a Bible study with them and another couple. And on the spur of the moment, I thought, well, what do you say? But yeah, we'll try it. That was in the fall of 2019. And 3 years later, we have recently grown to 7 couples. As my journey continued through this valley of darkness, we were approaching the first heaven birthday of our son. And I felt so lost, so desperate, so broken. And I just needed to know where God was. The world was moving on around me, but I was stuck. And then on this day, I was out walking our old dog in the back alley. And as we go around the bend, straight ahead in my direct path, I could see that there was a piece of paper there. And I just kept walking. I even walked over it, took a few steps, and then I was made to turn around. I picked it up, and I read it, and I just cried. My tears were of praise to God. He filled me with his love, with his peace, and with hope. So the words on this piece of paper were from 2 Timothy 4:17. But the Lord stood with me, and he strengthened me. I surrendered my burden to God, and rather than try to control it, I gave my complete surrender to God's love and my trust in him. It's not always easy, because I do miss my son, always will. But I know God is with me, my strength. Amen.